Casio A168. Long-term review. Hidden gem or overrated?
Hi everyone, welcome back to Frugal Watchbox channel. Today we're taking a closer look at the Casio A168W-1, a classic digital watch that has been on and off my wrist for a whole year now. I picked it up for just $24, shipping included, a pretty sweet deal for a watch that packs both style and function. This little timepiece comes in a silver tone finish, with a resin case that's chrome-plated and a stainless steel bracelet. It's got that vintage 80s digital vibe. And let's be honest, it makes me feel like I should be hacking into a mainframe or solving crimes in a retro sci-fi movie. Over the past year, I've worn it casually for formal occasions and even just lounging around. But I've avoided wearing it for anything too rough since it's only 30 meters water resistant, which basically means it can handle some splashes, but probably shouldn't join me in a swimming competition. Now, after a year of use, it's showing some battle scars, scratches on the case, crystal, case back, and bracelet. But honestly, that just adds to the charm. It's got character. Why I love most of this watch. The timeless vintage design, the super versatile size that fits my 6.5-inch wrist perfectly, and of course, the multi-function features. And let's not forget the bluish yellow backlight. Press that button and boom. It's like a mini light show on your wrist. It's been on and off my wrist throughout the past year and a half, but honestly, it's still one of my favorites. Now let's take a closer look at the details, starting with the case, bezel, crystal, bracelet, and case back.
Case dimension. Compact and lightweight.
Now, let's go over the case dimensions, which make this watch such a comfortable daily wear. Case size, 36.3 millimeters. A sweet spot for both vintage lovers and those with smaller wrists. Not too big, not too small, just right. Lug-to-lug distance, 38.6 millimeters. This keeps the watch compact, making it sit nicely on the wrist without overhanging. Thickness, only 9.6 millimeters, slim and sleek, meaning it easily slides under a shirt cuff. Lug width, 18 millimeters, a standard size, so if you ever wanted to swap out the bracelet, finding straps wouldn't be an issue. Weight, around 50 grams, incredibly lightweight, almost like you're wearing nothing at all. It's perfect for all day wear without feeling bulky or uncomfortable. This compact design, combined with its versatile styling, makes the A168W-1 a great fit for almost any wrist size. Whether you have a small wrist like mine, 6.5 inches, or something larger, it still wears effortlessly. And that's one of the reasons this classic Casio remains so popular. After a year and 6 months of use, it's no surprise that some noticeable scratches have popped up on all these parts. Nothing too dramatic, but the wear and tear is definitely there. Think of it as the watch developing some street cred.
Button test still going strong.
Time to check the buttons. The single button on the right, used for starting and stopping functions, is still working perfectly. No stiffness, no delays. Over on the left, we got the two buttons for light and mode, and they're holding up just as well. No complaints here.
Crystal and dial details.
The resin crystal has picked up a few scratches, but the blue and white lines surrounding the panel are still sharp. The Casio logo in white remains bold and clear, and the gold alarm chrono imprint still stands out nicely. Looking further down, the electroluminescence text with its blue background is still fully readable, and below that, the red illuminator imprint is just as crisp. Even at the very bottom, the water WR resist marking is still easy to read.
Display clarity check.
Now, let's see how the LCD display is holding up. No fading, no dead pixels, just a clean, sharp readout. Top left corner, the tiny indicators for alarm, hourly time signal, and 24-hour mode are still visible and easy to read. Top right section, the day of the week and date are displayed in slightly larger digits, and they're still crystal clear. Below that, the largest digits on the screen display the hour, minutes, and seconds, making it super easy to check the time at a glance. So, Despite the battle scars, this watch is still going strong, looking good, and working just like it should.
Bracelet and case back, holding up well.
Now let's check out the stainless steel bracelet and case back after a year and 6 months of use. The case back has picked up some noticeable scratches, but nothing unexpected for a watch that gets regular wrist time. I try to keep it in pristine condition since this is one of my favorites, but, well, life happens. The adjustable clasp is still working perfectly. No issues with locking or adjusting. The bracelet itself? Yeah, it looks a bit cheap, but let's be real, it's also surprisingly tough. At this price point, I wasn't expecting luxury, but it does the job well. The underside of the bracelet is still in great condition. No rust, no loose links, and it feels just as solid as when it was new. There are a few light scratches on the case back, but nothing that affects functionality. Even after all this time, I have no intention of swapping the bracelet for a leather or resin strap. Why? Because I like keeping it original. It's part of the charm of the A168W, and honestly, it just wouldn't feel the same with anything else. So, while the bracelet may not scream premium, it's sturdy, reliable, and still holding up like a champ. Just like the watch itself.
Viewing angles and backlight.
The viewing angles on this watch are pretty solid. No matter how I tilt my wrist, the digits remain clear and easy to read. That said, from certain angles, the display can look a little bit fuzzy, especially under bright light. But honestly, for a watch at this price point, the legibility is more than acceptable.
EL backlight.
Now, let's check one of my favorite features, the bluish electroluminescence, EL backlight. After a year and 6 months, it still shines just as bright as the day I got it. Press the button, and the entire display lights up beautifully, making it easy to read the time in total darkness. This is one of Casio's best backlights. It evenly illuminates the screen with that signature cool blue glow, which not only looks great, but is highly functional. It's one of those little details that makes this watch feel way more premium than its price suggests. Honestly, I wish Casio had used this exact EL backlight in my A171, a watch with a similar vintage aesthetic but a noticeably weaker backlight. If only Casio had just copy-pasted this feature, the A171 would have been an even better watch. But back to the A168, the backlight is still top-notch, and it's one of the reasons I keep coming back to this watch. Whether it's checking the time in a dimly lit room or just showing off that cool glow for fun, it never disappoints.
Alarm. Loud enough and longer than ski eyes.
Now, let's test the alarm function. After a year and 6 months, the alarm still rings loud and clear. Not too piercing, but definitely noticeable. It's got a medium loudness, which means it's enough to grab your attention in a quiet room. But if you're in a noisy environment, you might miss it. One thing I really appreciate is that the alarm duration is slightly longer than what you get on most Skme watches. If you've ever used a Skme digital watch, you know their alarms tend to beep for just a few seconds before giving up on you. But with the A168W-1, you actually get a bit more time to react before it stops ringing. That extra duration can make a difference, especially if you're the type who needs a moment to register that. Yes, your watch is beeping at you. Of course, I wouldn't rely on it as my main morning alarm unless I'm sleeping right next to it. But for setting reminders or keeping track of time throughout the day, it's still a reliable feature that works just as well as it did when I first got it.
Water resistance test. Sync challenge.
Now, let's put the 30-meter water resistance to the test. While that rating doesn't mean it's built for swimming or serious water exposure, it should handle splashes, rain, and the occasional accidental dump. So, to see how well it holds up, I did a simple sync test, ran water over the watch for a few minutes, then fully submerged it. And as you can see in this video, it survived just fine. No fogging, no moisture under the crystal, and most importantly, it's still ticking perfectly. Of course, I wouldn't take this watch into the shower, pool, or ocean. That 30-meter rating is more of a splash-proof assurance than true waterproofing. But for everyday use, washing hands, getting caught in the rain, or the occasional kitchen mishap, it seems to handle water just fine. So, while I wouldn't push my luck by exposing it to excessive water, This simple test proves that the A168W-1 can handle more than you'd expect for a budget-friendly digital watch. Just another reason why this classic remains a reliable daily beater.
Watch features. Classic yet functional.
The Casio A168W-1 might be an affordable digital watch, but it comes packed with practical features that make it a solid everyday timepiece. Here's a quick rundown of what it offers. Stainless steel band, feels sturdy, doesn't pull arm hair, a bonus. Adjustable clasp, easy to resize for a perfect fit. Water resistant, 30 meters, good for splashes, rain, and hand washing, but don't take it swimming. Battery, CR 2016. Approximate battery life, 7 years. One of the best things about this watch. You'll probably forget it even runs on a battery before it needs replacing. 1/100-second stopwatch, great for precise timing. Measuring capacity, 59 minutes, 59.99 seconds, just under an hour, which is plenty for most everyday uses. Modes, elapsed time, split time, and first to second place tracking. Perfect for casual workouts or just racing yourself to see how fast you can boil water. Daily alarm, keeps you on schedule if you can hear it. Hourly time signal, a subtle beep every hour, just in case you like being reminded that time is always moving. Electroluminescent, EL, backlight. Color, blue-green, one of the nicest and clearest backlights in Casio's vintage lineup. Auto calendar, pre-programmed for February's 28 days. No need to adjust every month, unless it's a leap year. Accuracy, plus or minus 30 seconds per month. Slight drift over time, but nothing too noticeable for casual use. Other features, 12/24-hour format, switch between AM/PM or military time. Regular timekeeping, displays hour, minute, second, PM indicator, date, and day of the week. For a watch that costs less than a meal at a nice restaurant, the A168W-1 really delivers. Simple, reliable, and packed with all the essentials. No wonder this model remains a fan favorite.
Wrist check.
On the wrist, the Casio A168's 36.3mm case size feels just right for my tiny 6.5-inch wrist. It has a perfect balance between vintage charm and modern wearability, making it neither too bulky nor too small. The lightweight design ensures all-day comfort, while the sleek, compact profile gives it a classic yet understated look that works well for both casual and formal settings.
Who is this watch for? The A168W-1's ideal wearer.
The Casio A168W-1 isn't just a watch. It's a time-traveling piece of nostalgia that somehow still fits right into the modern world. But is it for everyone? Let's break it down. 1. The vintage enthusiast. If you love that retro 80s and 90s aesthetic, this watch is basically a digital time capsule. The chrome-plated case, simple digital display, and blue-green EL backlight scream classic Casio. Pair it with a bomber jacket, jeans, and some old-school sneakers, and you're set to look effortlessly cool, like a background character from Stranger Things. 2. The minimalist on a budget. Not a fan of bulky, overcomplicated watches? The A168W keeps things simple. Time, date, alarm, stopwatch, and a 7-year battery life. So you can forget about it until the 2030s. Plus, at under $30, it's more affordable than a tank of gas and infinitely more useful than that overpriced iced coffee you're sipping. 3. The practical everyday wearer. If you just need a reliable, lightweight, and comfortable watch that tells time without the hassle, this is it. It's easy to read, durable enough for daily use, and won't weigh your wrist down. Just don't take it swimming. 30 meters of water resistance is more like, oops, I splashed water on it protection rather than deep-sea diving security. 4. The Casio fanatic or collector on a budget. If you appreciate Casio's legendary durability and timeless designs, this is one of those must-have models in your collection. It's a budget-friendly icon that looks great alongside other classics like the F91W, A1200, or A168. 5. The I just want to watch person. Not into watches, but needs something simple to tell time? This A168W is foolproof. No apps syncing, no charging, no weirdly complicated settings. Just press a button, read the time, and go about your day. Even your grandma could figure this one out. Who is this not for? If you're looking for a luxury watch, a tough G-Shock, or something with Bluetooth and a touchscreen, then, well, you're in the wrong aisle, my friend. But if you want an affordable, retro-cool digital watch that gets the job done with style, the A168W is a no-brainer.
Final thoughts.
This watch is perfect for anyone who appreciates simplicity, reliability, and a bit of vintage charm. It's an everyday beater, a collector's favorite, and a tiny slice of digital history, all wrapped up in a lightweight, budget-friendly package. So, whether you're a watch enthusiast, a casual wearer, or just someone who likes pushing buttons, the Casio A168W is a solid choice that stood the test of time.
Final verdict.
A timeless classic on a budget. After a year and 6 months of owning and wearing the Casio A168W, I can confidently say it's still one of my favorite watches. Sure, it's got some scratches here and there, but that's just proof of a well-loved timepiece. Despite its budget-friendly price, it delivers everything you need in a simple digital watch. Classic retro styling that works with almost any outfit. Lightweight and comfortable. You barely feel it on your wrist. Reliable timekeeping with plus or minus 30 seconds per month accuracy, because who needs atomic precision anyway? A fantastic EL backlight that outshines some of Casio's newer models. A 7-year battery life, basically set and forget. A decent alarm and stopwatch for everyday use. Water resistance that survives splashes and sink tests. Just don't take it swimming. Is it worth it? For under $30, it's hard to find a better everyday digital watch that offers this much functionality, reliability, and nostalgic charm. Whether you're a collector, a casual wearer, or it just needs something simple and timeless, the A168W is a solid pick. It may not be the toughest or the fanciest, but it does what a watch is supposed to do, and does it well. Plus, let's be honest, pressing that EL backlight never gets old.
That's a wrap.
I think that's the end of the video, guys. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed it, please consider subscribing and giving a like. It really helps out the channel. See you again in the next one. Bye for now.